Well, good morning. I've been busy. I just got through putting up 25 pounds of sugar. And now I'm putting up these dry products for 25, 30-year lifespan. These pasta, see? And it keep, I don't know, 5, 10 years after this. This is Italian. But what I really want to talk about is what I do every once in a while is I live off my preps. You don't mind if I work while I'm talking. And I pay my electric bills and my whatever bills I got, I pay. And I'm on a fixed income like everybody else is. But I also make jewelry and I sell jewelry. And what I'm doing here is I'm pouring this stuff up here. Now, pasta will keep for years and years. The good thing about pasta is, how we can put this in, is keep it dry. And I got a moisture, put one in there. And every once in a while, like I was saying back again, is I don't know where I want that, where to tell you. No, it wouldn't matter. I know what kind of deal it is. But anyway, I live off my preps. I'm only going to do one of these vacuums, but then the rest of them I'll vacuum later. And then, but what I do is I live off my preps for a month. Now the first 3 weeks, I always pay all my bills and that and the other. Then I rely on what I've got, and then after that, turn this on. The last week, I act like the power went off. I don't unplug my refrigerators or anything else, but I don't have no lights on. I don't have anything that I have not are not running off of the power company, the grid. But I ain't gonna waste what's in my freezers and stuff like that. But I can't use anything that's in the refrigerators or the freezers because I'm playing like all the power is gone. I've already eaten everything that's in there, and then now I'm relying on my preps and my bottles of wine, and for liquid and this, that, and the other, and then I make it the whole month. Back up here where I'm at, the whole month without using any. A week without any power, a whole month without buying any groceries or just live off what you got. Now you can start at a smaller pace. Try it for a week. Do whatever you can. And like I said, this stuff here will keep for 30 years. 30 years. And now I'm gonna vacuum seal it. And then that's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This takes care of a whole case of jars. 1 gallon jars. But there's no sense in having, a woman told me one time, this is another woman, I could put it there. Well, not everybody can do this. Yes, everybody can. How much does a bag of pasta cost? How much does a bag of beans cost? A bag of flour? You know, that's what I'm getting at. You're limiting yourself. I mean, if you have to eat fry bread or whatever, spam or whatever else you got, this is what you would be doing if. Oh, let's see what. See, now that's sealed up here. See, it's sealed. I always put my ring back on. Now canning I don't, but on this I will put it down there and I'll hold it. Now that jar there, this pasta is good for 30 years. But living off of what you got, and that way you can save a little bit of money. I gotta move some of this. I gotta find me another jar. Living off your plants is not that hard. Because that tells you a couple of things. That tells you how long you would last if, back over here, if the grid went down. And my suggestion is to do it in the spring, do it in the winter, do it in the fall. Now, you don't have to do it all the same year. My stainless still here. I have done it for all 4 seasons. And every once in a while, I'll just do a week. Like, okay, this week. And that's limited my grocery buying to one time a month. And I don't have to buy but maybe $150 worth of groceries one time a month. And a lot of that is I buy stuff like whole milk and stuff like that. But then I try every once in a while to go to the discount house. Now, I go to flea markets and this, that, and the other to sell my goods. Let me show you that, what I'm doing. I went to Costco's. My daughter took me. She has a card. And I buy bulk amounts. I'm going to go buy some more of this fancy pasta. Put that over there. And where's my deal? But like I said, my kids rely on me. They said, and my grandkids said, we're going to Paul's house. It's the fan. I can't get them to. I got one granddaughter that believes in putting stuff up for long term. Wrong thing. Where's that little thing? There it is. I like this little thing here. And then you just put the lid on it, make sure there's nothing around the rim. Put the lid on it. Make sure you get this on there straight. Push it down, hit the button. But like I said, you save money that way. I put flour, salt, sugar, my staples. Spices are important. I spilled this wine the other day. That's a strong cook when you pop the lid off. I guess I'll be cooking with that one. I cook with it. Put this pasta and put a little bit of wine in it. Make it look better. But like I said, I've done it and see if I can survive all 4 seasons. And I have done it and survived all 4 seasons. Yeah, there you go. That can stop. And that's sealed. But that ain't nothing can get through that glass unless it's busted. I'll write the date on them lids a little bit. But the main thing about it is, you can do it. And I'm going to tell you something. Here's the door. Don't wait till the last minute and say, oh, I don't know how to do it. Give yourself, you can always, if you can only make 3 days or 5 days, try one, let's say if you can make 3 days, try 2 days without electricity, with electricity, and 1 day without. What am I doing here? That's the deal. I couldn't find it. But what I'm trying, this ain't going to be no surprise to you when if something does come down the pike. And like I said, if you'd be surprised, do it right now and say, well, I'm going to steal that. What's in your house right now? How many days would you make it? So, and that's what I'm getting at. How many days would you make it? I'm thinking 10 years for me. Because I've got where I eat some of my older pets. I've got some of my pets going back 10, 15 years. Especially these pastas and stuff. They're just as good as the day I put them in there. Hang on a minute. Don't forget your moisturizers. I've made some new necklaces and stuff I'm taking to the flea market. Put that back over there. What's that lid I had? I had a lid right here. Here it is. Usually if I had more of these, the same brand, I would have put them up there. But like I said, it's mac and cheese is what I make out of this. Yes, and you can dehydrate cheese. But like I said, test yourself. That's all I'm saying is don't just sit there and say, oh, I can't. Oh, my goodness. But the woman that told me said, well, not everybody can put stuff up. Yes, you might not be able to put as much up. It took me years to get my system down. But you just start off small. Buy 4 bags of pasta. Spend that $10 you'd buy it for making it, or whatever. I'll wait on the rest of this till I, because I'm going to talk. As soon as this jar seals itself up. There we go. I've got all kinds of hand-done stuff. There. It's sealed. Now, where's my little ring? There it is. I go right on these jars today when I put them up. I think today's 25th. But okay, what's in this jar? This jar is flour. 25 years. But like I said, Look, I put yourself back up on me. Test yourself. Can I make it a week? Let's say everybody's had the power off. I've had mine off 6 to 8 weeks because the tornado came through and blew everything away. But what I'm getting at is if you test yourself. Long time ago, people had to put up whatever they ate. They did it all summer long. Every spare minute was always providing for what they're going to eat that winter. And the point I'm getting at is they learned to put food up for long term because they wanted to survive that winter. And basically, this is what I'm doing. I'm putting stuff up for the long haul, and basically no more than what people would be putting up for the winter. Now, I do put up a lot of stuff like wines. I love the flavor of wine, like a good grape wine when you're making grape turnovers or some kind of mincemeat pie or something like that. Wine goes good with meats, gives it a good flavor. Vinegars, I make my own vinegars. I make my own vanilla. Everybody knows about my vanilla. This one here, like I said, is December the 3rd. I've got... yeah, there we go. And, but you get, like I said, this here, this is mixed wine. In other words, it's like a white grape wine. And baking soda. Now, I've got a bunch of that put up. You make your own yeast to rise bread and stuff, but baking soda is great for a lot of things. What else I got over here? I stored up my vodka. I don't drink at all, but this I use it for making herbal tinctures and stuff, and it's great bartering. You can barter, and that's something like some of this wine. You can barter with it. You know, like take a bottle of wine and say, "Well, I got a bottle of wine, and you got 5 pounds of bacon or 3 pounds of bacon. You want to trade?" Because they just got through swallowing a hog. And a lot of people trade it. And a lot of times you got your knowledge. Read up on things. Do things that you, in the long term. I showed you about my homemade. There's something in here. Oh, yeah. This here, you put oblong jars, like jars that comes in but don't have the regular lid. But this here, you put it on there as tight as you can get it. Put it down in here, in this canister, and then vacuum seal it tight. And it's got a pressure release. But anyway, that's what I'm getting at. My method I started off 3 days, my 3-day method. 2 days, I had all kinds of power. And the 3rd day, I didn't have no power. Of course, like I said, I still left, my fridge, but I couldn't get in the freezer, couldn't get in the refrigerator. I had to manage with what preps I had that didn't require refrigeration or anything else. And then I worked it up to a whole month once, or twice or 3 times, and that means I just paid my bills. I turned off. I didn't left my refrigerator plugged up, but I turned off all the electric lights and any electric appliances. I couldn't use electric appliances, but now I always kept my refrigerators and freezers going. But I act like they were already empty of food, and but like I said, you can do it. So, and I've done it in the spring. I've done it in the summer when it was so hot you couldn't stand it. Uh, I'd I'd sit in the kiddie pool under the shade tree and pour water on me when I got too hot. I mean, I learned to manage, and everybody else can too. But like I said, I've done all 4 seasons right where I'm living. And I started off with a 3 day method, moved it up to a week method, moved it up to a 3 week method, and then I finally moved it up to a whole month. And every once in a while, I'll do a month. And that way, you'd be surprised if the only thing you left on was your refrigerator. You see what I'm saying? And I turned the breaker off of my electric hot water heater. So, well, I can't, I ain't gonna use it, no electric hot water. I'd have to warm stuff on the stove and use a Hudson sprayer or whatever to take a shower or take a cold shower. And then the last week or so, the water, I didn't use any water that I didn't have stored. I just take and pour it over the top of it. I've got to go because I've talked too damn long. And I got to finish up all these preps because we're going to the Amazon pallet sale, and there's an auction for a what I call it storage units, and I go to them and then I turn around and sell the product that's in them at the flea market and or whatever. But like I said, everybody can do this method just like I'm doing it. And that's the way I'm looking at it. I got to put this shit up. I got to straighten up one of these damn days in here. I've got a whole box of stuff I've got to do. I gotta read these pastas. Oh, okay. I don't need the names of this shit. I'm gonna throw it away. Clean up there with all like bending. But like I said, everybody can do this method without. You just gotta start off what you can afford. And that, well, not everybody can afford it. Yeah, by God, they can. And don't come whining to me when you're hungry and starving, because it ain't gonna work. I will talk to you guys later. Have a great one.